All right, everyone, what's going on? My name is Nick Snyder. This is another week. I think it's week 7 of Building in Public. I post these videos once a week, and pretty much it's just a way for me to document my journey about quitting my 9-to-5 job back in November, just trying to make it, how I'm making money, ways I'm making money, my just goals, trajectory of work, where I'm really just like putting my focus, etc. So today, have some things to talk about. I think the first thing, and I always like to go over sort of what I'm going to talk about at the beginning of the video so people can skip around or just not watch the video altogether or watch the whole thing. Who knows? So today I'm going to be talking about my social media growth. Again, don't even know how to put that into words. Insane. Some doubts about some clients that I lost, and just income overall, just going down. Yeah, and then my thoughts on just that free time that comes back to me and just the weird feeling that it feels when you just don't have anything to do. So yeah, let's get started. So social media growth, insane. Top video hit 1.7 million views. Crazy. Never thought I'd be saying that. Really thought the Instagram algorithm hated me. Guess it doesn't. But yeah, we're at like 5,700 followers, meeting some cool people from Instagram. Again, social media is a net negative. I've been doing this for like a year and a month. It hasn't really gotten me anything. I got a couple of brand deals where I'm making videos for other brands. I think it was like 2 videos for $1,000, which I was super pumped about. Seems like they're requiring quite a bit though, as far as editing, as far as just what they want in the video. Normally when I do edits on social media, it's pretty bare. I try to like edit videos in like 20 minutes tops. So hopefully I can get that. I always try to gauge things in terms of hourly. So I figured $500 for a video, I can knock that out in like minimum 3 hours. Like that'd be insane if it took 3 hours. So hopefully can do that. That's a cool opportunity for me. And then, yeah, just meeting some other cool people. They have business ideas. They're really just kind of like in the realm of software. Biggest thing, and I'm going to go on a little tangent real quick. So software as a service right now, I think there's 2 ways that you have a moat. One is if you have distribution power. So you can spend a ton of money on ads. You can push heavily on social media. You can just in other mediums, you have an audience where you can get views pretty much immediately, or you know how to get views. And that drives traffic to your app, and then your app's successful, or website, whatever it is. The other one is a domain moat. So this is sort of one thing that I've been realizing recently. And this is why everyone's like, oh, the riches are in the niches. When you have domain expertise, or when I partner with someone that has domain expertise, we immediately have a moat. It's so complicated in some of these domains to just hop in or just like want to go in it. Want to go into that domain if you don't already have experience, because there's so much, there's a learning curve, right? So for me, it's like, okay, if you have a good idea and it's niche enough in a domain that like is ugly, where people aren't going to want to attack, manufacturing, like procurement or sourcing, I'm happy to do it. Like I'm happy to jump on that project because nobody else is going to want to do that. That's our moat. So one thing that I've been kind of like looking at recently, and people have reached out to me on social media, and that's one of the qualifying questions that I ask people now is, what's the idea? Do you think it's like niche enough, etc. So cool thing, have a couple opportunities. Who knows what's going to happen? Social media is always one of those things you never really know. Who knows if the views will fluctuate back down, riding this big high, have a bunch of videos over like 20, 30, 40, 50K, pretty crazy. Again, some of the videos kind of rage bait, I'm not going to lie. Not full rage bait, but just in a way where I'm sort of doing it because I know it'll spark comments and that produces engagement. So here we are. Yeah, so next thing, I want to talk about doubts. So I don't know what it is this week, but I'm in this big like down cycle of just feeling very doubtful about everything. And I think it was one thing I was talking about at the beginning of the video was, so I lost some clients. Well, I lost one main client. And so every month, January, February, and March, I would have one-off clients where I'd get paid like $2,000 to go do something, and it'd be like the one-off client, right? And so it was always good. I always felt like safe. I was busy, so I was always like kind of doing something. And then the other thing was there's an AI client, a conversational AI. I was pretty much just qualifying these leads with AI bots, and we pretty much optimized it to a point where he didn't need me anymore. And so he said he'd reach back out if you wanted more help. And yeah, so that's that. So now I'm kind of down to this like certain wage level. Taxes are coming up. Just talked to my CPA. Insane amount of taxes you have to pay if you're self-employed. Pretty disgusting, honestly. So I feel like that's been sort of in my chest a little bit too, where just a little worried about, wow, like really kind of put away damn near half of what you make, which if you're making like 10K a month, 5K, that's crazy to walk home with, right? So, and like at the same time, I'm trying to reinvest heavily back into the business. And so, and don't get me wrong, like that helps. Reinvesting back in reduces personal income, etc. But still, just insane. Anyway, that was a tangent a bit, but the lost client, right? Like I feel like it's weird right now because I feel stressed out if I wake up and don't have anything to do. And so it's funny because, right, like that's what I was talking about 2 weeks ago. I'm like, I'm firing clients, I'm offboarding clients because I need to focus on building my own products. And so like I have been doing that. But the thing is, I'm hitting this point where, and this is exactly what I asked for when I quit my job. So that's why I'm like kind of laughing when I say this, is it's just weird when you wake up and you don't have anything to do. It feels like for me, that means I'm not being productive. I'm not doing my like max, which in a sense is true, but at the same time, like you kind of have to balance it where if you set yourself up right, you can be kind of making money and not like working all the time. But I'm not doing that. So I think the big thing is I just need to figure out a new project. Something, again, the whole goal of just this whole journey, right, is I want equity in things. I don't want to work hourly. I don't want to do that. I want equity in things. And so just going forward, generally in life, I think I'm valuable enough at this point where I deserve equity in things. And so I'm chasing projects where I do have equity in things. And so I think those projects will come. I think I'll continue thinking of those projects. And I think this week with some of the things that I'm doing, I can actually I can start to contemplate ways to figure out new projects, etc. So, yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm in this weird spot right now. I'm going to just continue like building, continue doing stuff, and we'll see where it goes. Well, I appreciate you guys watching. This is week 7, Building in Public. Peace.